What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. If you hear some noises, it's just Cove. He's sleeping behind the camera, and if you guys know newborns, you know that newborns tend to make noises when they sleep. So if you hear little grunts or movements, it's just Cove. Anyways, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while now, you guys know that I have been sharing my health and fitness journey for many years now. And more recently, you guys have been seeing my health and fitness journey throughout my pregnancy. And now that my pregnancy is all done, I want to share my health and fitness journey throughout my postpartum recovery and get back into the gym. So this is going to be a full series of my postpartum recovery journey. This is something I really want to share with you guys because I think it's something that is just really important to talk about, because not a lot of people talk about the postpartum recovery journey and getting back into the gym. So this is obviously episode 1, and it's a little bit of an introduction. Obviously, I want to share with you guys what I've been doing in the past 3 weeks. We're already 3 weeks postpartum. I want to share with you guys what I plan on doing and talk to you guys about how I feel about my body, because I think body image is something that should be talked about in the postpartum recovery journey as well. If you didn't see my last 2 videos, my birth vlog and my birth story, I ended up having an emergency C-section, so my recovery is a little bit different than I thought it would be. That being said, I'm actually going to be working very closely with my physiotherapist. I've worked with her closely throughout a lot of injuries that I've had, and also I worked with her throughout my pregnancy, and now I'm going to be working with her throughout my postpartum journey. There's a lot of aspects that go into postpartum recovery, and 2 things that I will be focusing on with my physiotherapist is my core, because your core is completely changed after pregnancy, and also my pelvic floor. These are 2 really main things that have changed dramatically that I want to make sure are strong and stable before I get into weightlifting again. On top of that, I will be doing a 12-week program with Mama and Vava's Athletics. You guys can follow her on Instagram. She has a full program with postpartum recovery and everything like that you guys can check out, and I will be doing her 12-week program. As of right now, I have not been doing a ton of recovery because I still am only 3 weeks postpartum and my body still does need to heal. So I have been kind of trying to balance healing and resting and recovering with also getting some movement in the day, and getting movement in the day right now for me is doing walks. So I've been trying to do a lot more longer walks, especially now that the weather is kind of nice out. So it's been really nice to be able to do longer walks, and it's been also helping my mental headspace as well. Before, I would work out to help with my mental headspace, but now that I can't work out, it's been really hard, especially with adjusting life with a newborn has been really hard. So I've been trying to walk as much as possible to kind of help with my mental headspace, but also help with recovering my body. I find since I started walking and getting more movement in the day and not doing things in too much excess, my body has been feeling really good, and I think it has helped with my recovery already. Also, on a side note, something that I have been working on kind of with recovery, I guess you can say, it's not really recovery from the birth experience, it's just trying to kind of maintain some mobility in me, is that I've been trying to maintain the mobility in my upper back. This is completely off track, but I have been trying to still work on that, just because when it comes to going back into the gym, doing my lifts like snatching, I want to make sure that I still have that upper mobility, because I've been so hunched forward. I was so hunched forward in my pregnancy, and it's even worse now. My upper back is super stiff. My neck has been super stiff because when you're breastfeeding, you're constantly like this, and when you're holding the baby, you're like this. So I've been trying to open my back as much as possible. So I'm stretching a little bit, but not stretching so much that I'm hurting the stitches on my lower belly. I've been just trying to move my upper body, get some mobility in there and things like that, just because it has been a little rough and a little tight. So I'm just trying to open that up as well. So that's kind of part of my recovery journey, or part of my whole journey getting back into the gym. Now let's talk about how I feel about my body. I think that this is something that is important to talk about, because your body has changed so much throughout pregnancy and birth and all that jazz, that it really does affect your mental headspace when it comes to looking at your body postpartum. Honestly, I've had good days and bad days when it comes to regarding my body postpartum. There's days where I'm yeah, I'm looking great, I'm happy with my body, I know it's changed, I'm accepting the changes in my body. And then there's some days that I wish my body was the same as it was pre-pregnancy. And very often there's like this stigma around women once they give birth that they need to like bounce back right away. They need to bounce back to what they were pre-pregnancy, and like you need to look like what you were pre-pregnancy or else you've like failed as a woman. And it drives me nuts that that is actually a thing that women have to deal with on top of giving birth and on top of trying to take care of a newborn, that they have this pressure on them that they have to now bounce back to what they looked like before they were pregnant. So instead of trying to bounce back and get back into my pre-pregnancy body, I've been trying to change my mindset around that and trying to think almost like I'm bouncing forward. I'm embracing the new body that I'm in. My body has been forever changed. I got a scar, I got stretch marks, I got some more fat on my body, and I need to embrace that, and I want to bounce forward. I don't want to bounce back. I don't want to be what I was pre-pregnancy. I'm not going to be what I was pre-pregnancy, and I need to learn to accept that. Some days it's hard, some days it's easier, but I'm just trying to take on a new mindset of bouncing forward, opening up my arms and embracing the new body that I have. And over the years, throughout my health and fitness journey, my body has been through so many changes already. And even when I've gone through injury, I've taken that time to kind of learn about my body and embrace the body with an injury. Were there times that I got frustrated that I wish my body was performing the same way it was performing before I got injured? Yes, of course, but at the same time, I always took it as a learning opportunity, and I always learned so much about my body when I dealt with injury. And this isn't necessarily an injury, but is something that I can learn about, that I can learn to embrace, but also learn how I can heal my body and make my body stronger and better than what it was before. And I also want to mention that I do have goals that I want to lift the similar weights to what I was lifting before, and I think that that is completely okay, but I'm not going to try and pressure my body to look like what it was before. So I'm not going to think, okay, well, if I was able to lift this weight or I was able to do this thing in the gym, it's because my body looked like that. No, I know that my body's changed and I will be able to do the things that I was doing before, whether my body looks like it was pre-pregnancy or post-pregnancy, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what my body looks like. I just want to be able to lift weights and have fun in the gym. That is really the main goal. And on top of that, I'm choosing to not worry about the number on the scale. I think that that is something that is super relevant. I know a lot of women like to say, I lost 40 pounds after giving birth and all that jazz. I think that that is something that is relevant. I don't like weighing myself, and throughout my pregnancy, well, if you guys know, if you've been pregnant, you get weighed every time you go into the doctors, and I was weighed every time I went to the doctors, and my doctor kind of shamed me for gaining weight, and it really did affect my mental health. So postpartum, I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be weighing myself. I don't want to be worrying about the number on the scale. As long as I can perform in the gym, have fun in the gym, work out, have a good workout, and my body is healed and working nicely and I'm not further injuring myself, that is all that matters. And it isn't even relevant to, like, if I say I lost 40 pounds, it does not mean that if you give birth, you're going to be losing 40 pounds as well. It is so different for each and every one of us. And whatever the number on the scale is for me has really nothing to do with my postpartum recovery journey for sharing that out there. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there that I will not be sharing my weight or the number on the scale just because I find it super irrelevant and just not good for my mental headspace. And in the end, my final goal is to just feel good. I want to feel good when I perform in the gym. I want to feel good for whatever I put in my body, and I want my mental headspace to feel good. That's just what I want overall, and I think that that is a great approach to kind of working on your postpartum recovery journey. I don't have any specific goals. I don't need to like work towards like a competition or anything like that. I really just want to make sure I feel good, and that's all that really matters, and that should matter for each and every one of us. As long as we feel good, that's all that matters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to bring you guys along throughout this journey and share with you guys kind of what I'm going through, how I'm doing things and things like that. I'm super, super excited. So if you are too, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. You guys know where it is. And also don't forget to be unstoppable, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Go inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night.